Alright guys, this is Golgari with another Warhammer preview for you. I'm going to go over classes and races with everybody. And we're going to start off with the dwarves here. The dwarves, basic dwarf, Emery Nose, high tech, etc. Rune Priest is the healer, of course, background healer, buffing, etc. Normal priest. The Ironbreaker is a tank for them, hands down same thing, tanking, blocking, etc. Engineers are the ranged fighter, use traps, bombs, like a hunter, except they do not have pets. They have a lot of snaring abilities, pretty good for PvP combat. Next is the Empire, which has the Switch Hunter. He's a ranged DPS fighter and a melee DPS fighter. He's kind of both. It's pretty good actually. And Bright Wizard is a fire mage, deals really high damage, has a lot of AoE fireball spells. Warrior Priest is a paladin, good frontline healer, good frontline damager, really good, kind of a buff style class I would think, really annoying to fight. Swordmaster is another tank class, tanks with a two-hander, really good DPS, lots of buffing that I've seen come from them, really high fast damage. Archmage is a ranged healer, primarily buffer, just like a normal priest would be, just another version of it if you don't want to be a dwarf. Next is the Shadow Warrior, which is a hunter, good range damage, also very good melee damage, kind of combination between hunter and a rogue, really good. White Lion is a melee DPS fighter, uses great axes, has a pet that levels up with you just like a hunter. Haven't get to see much of the pet yet, but they're good. Next is the Greenskins from the Chaos. The Black Orc right here is the tank, blocking everything just like a normal tank would be so far. The Squig Herder is the same thing as a hunter, except they can have multiple pets, range damage. There's also another one that they summon that they get eaten and they can control it. The Shaman is probably the most interesting class I've seen so far. His heals get stronger with the more damage he deals to a player or a mob. He's a good healer as well as damage dealer, and if he deals more damage, he heals harder. So he's really good for PvP combat and PvE combat at the same time. Next is the Chaos here, and this is Chosen. He's the tank, same thing I'm going to roll. Tanking or two-handed DPS. And there's also the buff class that he has. It's also a good DPS class. Nothing much to him. Zealot is a healer slash damage class. More primarily on the healing. It's got a lot of good damage spells if they get into a fight. Good ranged healer. Marauder is probably the most interesting class I've seen in this game. He can morph his left arm into other various weapons such as a sword, mace, crab claw, axe, etc. Kind of like a Fury Warrior style fighter. Pretty interesting. A lot of people are going to roll it. Magus is a warlock style guy. Has pets. Really good to set up traps against people in RVR combat. He rides around on the disc, which I find pretty funny. And yeah, just damage caster from ranged. And Witch Elf here is a rogue. Hands down, nothing of it. Has 5 combo point style system, exactly the same thing as a rogue. No difference really. Sorceress is just like the Bright Wizard, casts in frost spells instead of fire. Really high damage spells, has some dots on it that I've seen. Other than that, good fighter. Disciple of Cain is like a mixture between a druid and a rogue. They have heal over time spells when they fight in combat. The more damage they deal, they get these like HOTs that heal them throughout the fight. They're a pretty good healer as well. They have some heal spells they could throw. Good frontline healer to help with the blocking and damage. And so yeah, that's basically it. This has been some of the characters that I've shown you, and hopefully you guys are going to get interested and we can play.